Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
This is one of Detroit's most dangerous buildings. But years after falling into disrepair, there's little to keep people, including children, out. Thanks for being with us here for the News at 6. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Phoenix Multicultural Academy hasn't hosted students or teachers in years, but its crumbling structure keeps drawing visitors. The school closed back in 2016 due to low enrollment. Then in 2019, fire broke out at the vacant school. In fact, one firefighter suffered smoke inhalation and had to be hospitalized.
Yeah, now it's marked for demolition, but it's unclear when that demolition will happen. Sean Lay is live outside the building on Lane Street, just east of Spring Wells. Sean, neighbors there are worried something worse than a fire might happen.
And we can really show you that vividly. This was once a safe place for kids to come and learn. It's now wide open here. Detroit Public Schools, they're responsible for this place everywhere. It's a huge building. You can see every window wide open here. The kids playing up on the roof will show you that. Fires, multiple fires. Neighbors say this place absolutely has to go. We're asking Detroit Public Schools when that's going to happen. Phoenix Academy was a beautiful school in southwest Detroit. This is what it looks like today, one of Detroit's most dangerous buildings. The school was shut down in 2016, and since then, there has been fire after fire after fire, including a fire this week. In 2019, one fire left a Detroit firefighter in critical condition. Phoenix Academy is wide open and is a public health hazard sitting in the middle of this neighborhood, attracting kids nonstop. One filming this TikTok of what this place looks like inside. Phoenix Academy is a wide open daily danger. During one fire, a mom who does not want to be identified could not believe kids were playing on the playground as this place was on fire yet again.
I see the smoke coming out the door and I'm like, yeah, it's on fire. So I called it in and they're still continuing playing as the fire is being put out.
We found out who's responsible for Phoenix Academy, Detroit Public Schools. We asked them when this danger is being demolished. A contractor has been selected, but neighbors say they can't wait one more day. Here's why. Jaw-dropping drone footage showing this. Kids right on top of this building and scampering down the roof access hatch. People here fear someone is going to get hurt or killed. Back here live. Now, Detroit Public Schools Community District got right back to us today and we said, what is the deal with this place? They said, yes, a contractor has been identified to take it down. Can't give us a date when it's going to come down. They also want to build a new school here, but again, can't give us a timeline. Neighbors say it's got to go right away. I hope the school district in the city sees the video of the firefighters getting hurt and then also the kids on the rooftop, guys. We'll put that video on our website. Click on thedetroit.com. Really dangerous stuff here.
That drone footage, just amazing, Sean. And we know, Sean, that DPSCD has tried to secure the building.
And they showed me how, and they're really frustrated because a building inspector also came out today and the school district says, look, back there, every window is covered up by this nice thick plastic bolted on there, and as soon as they put it up, it gets broken down. One more thing. They also put up, look how shiny this is, a brand new fence. Brand new fence to wall this off to make it more safe. Fence has been stolen.
Incredible, incredible. Okay, you'll stay on top of it. We know, Sean. Appreciate it so much.
Let's update some breaking news now that we've been following since the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Northbound I-75 remains closed at the Davison Freeway. This as police investigating a crash that left one driver in critical condition. State police advising everyone to find another route. Expect long delays if you're trying to get through there. So just north of the downtown area, I-75 at Davison, the northbound route. We will let you know just as soon as it is open again. The United Auto Workers national contract with the domestic automakers expires this coming September. Early negotiations have started, but the atmosphere this time around is even tougher than the last go-round. With a look ahead at what's coming for the domestic three and its main union, we bring in our business editor Rob Maloney with more. Rod.
Well, Devin, you know, strike is the word that perks up everyone's ears, and it was 4 years ago that the UAW was getting ready to strike GM, and they struck them for 6 weeks in the national contract. This time around, though, there is new leadership in place with a fire-breathing frustration about how much money the car companies have made, and they want things back from the last time around about 10 years ago. And so now it's a question of whether the UAW will strike, and the new president, Shawn Fain, says, hey, he is ready to walk not just on one, but perhaps all three of the domestic three. New UAW President Shawn Fain put out this video this week.
Collectively, the big three have made just under $250 billion in profits in North America between 2013 and 2022.
He's changing everything the UAW does, particularly ending the usual radio silence at this point in national contract talks, bringing a stark warning. Strikes are decidedly on the table.
That's trillion with a T, as in time to pay up.
He's telling the domestic three automakers he expects to end tiered wages, get back cost of living adjustments and fair pay, and also lock in job guarantees, all items the union gave up during the GM and Chrysler bankruptcies. In a Facebook town hall today, Fain looked back on the union's founding to rally his membership behind strikes.
Our members and our leaderships were shot, were beaten, and they didn't care. They kept coming back because they were not going to accept the scraps that the companies gave them.
General Motors CEO Mary Barra isn't agreeing with Fain's assessment of uncaring companies not paying employees well.
So you talk about record profit. One of the things I'm very proud of is we've shared that with our employees from a profit sharing perspective. So they've done quite well in participating in the success that they're important and vitally important to.
Now, the union isn't buying any of that. They're saying, look, you get that bonus check. That's a one-time thing, and that value changes. They say they want consistent raises, consistent increases, and consistent buy-in from the companies about the value of their labor. So there is no doubt these are going to be very tough negotiations. Reporting live in Detroit, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Following it closely. Rod, thank you. Well, there's a lot of cleanup to be done and a lot of folks without electricity following yesterday's confirmed tornado touchdown in Monroe County. Megan Woods is live with a look at what people there are dealing with and how they're helping each other. Megan.
That's right. So the National Weather Service says this tornado wasn't here in Monroe County long, but it was powerful. Those winds. Take a look at how it not only snapped this tree from the very bottom, but it uprooted it, twisted it. And this is just some of what still needs to be cleaned up.
It went from being okay, just your normal thunderstorm, to, oh my gosh, this is something way more.
An EF1 tornado, according to the National Weather Service. Monroe County also saw golf ball size hail. People living here in Frenchtown Township say it happened quickly.
All of a sudden the wind started picking up real hard and trees started falling.
Pretty crazy just watching everything flying through.
And everyone ran for cover.
For a few seconds, yeah, we went in the back of the house.
So people were all running in their bathtubs, their closets, kind of the nearest, tornado shelter that you can have. So.
The damage left is extensive.
Me and my dad were watching the trees fall outside and we heard a big bang and turned around and there was an entire branch through the ceiling.
The neighbor right there, his brand new truck of 2 months, new Ford truck, totaled.
We had power for a little while, but now it's been out since 4 o'clock yesterday. And they said not till maybe late afternoon, early evening tonight.
DTE crews have been working to restore power for hours while homeowners are doing all they can to clean up.
20-30 minutes after the storm was left, neighbors came down with their chainsaws and cleared the road out so people could get up and down the road.
And so the good thing is when you do see some of these massive trees being snapped and things like that, there are so many of them that didn't hit homes, didn't hit cars. And so we've talked to so many people who are just grateful, and they refer to themselves as the lucky ones because no one was hurt. And then they're all coming together to help each other out, and they have each other. DTE has been able to restore power to some of the homes in this area. But again, progress is being made, and that's the best part. Reporting live in Monroe County, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Certainly is. Okay, Megan, thank you. And for many people outside of Monroe County, most of the damage came from hail. Look at this. One viewer from Howell sent us this, my pic of their car, which suffered dents and a cracked windshield as it was pelted with hail.
Kim Adams, now here was some perspective. Kim, some people would think, oh, just an EF1 tornado. It's a lot tougher than that.
It sure is. We're talking about winds at 90 miles per hour, and it's the enhanced Fujita scale. It's named after its founder, Ted Fujita, and now it's been enhanced, and it goes from EF0 all the way to EF5. So we are just right in the middle of that EF1. If winds had been above 110 miles per hour, it would have been an EF2, and then the scale goes all the way to an EF5, which are winds over 200 miles per hour. Typically here in Michigan, we stay right in this range between a 0 to an F2. So that F1 right in the middle there. It happened yesterday. It touched down just outside of Detroit Beach at exactly 6:09. So there's Frenchtown Township, Woodland Beach, and Detroit Beach. So this is the extreme eastern part of Monroe County. So it touched down at 6:09, continued to move to the northeast up near Estrel Beach. It was only on the ground for 9 minutes from 6:09 to 6:18, cut a 4.7 mile path long and 400 yards wide. That's about a quarter of a mile wide. I'll be back with a look at your Father's Day forecast. Much nicer than last night coming up.
It was the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. The gunman who opened fire at a Pittsburgh synagogue in 2018 killed 11 people. He was found guilty today on all 63 federal charges against him. Some of those charges punishable by death. NBC's George Solis has more from Pittsburgh.
The jury deliberating for about 5 hours over the course of 2 days, finding the accused shooter, Robert Bowers, guilty on all 63 charges, including a number of those federal hate crime charges. Some color from the courtroom. We know that it was silent in there. You could hear a pin drop. We know the accused shooter, Robert Bowers, listened as each one of these charges was read individually. The prosecution laying out the same case they have from the beginning, that the accused shooter, Robert Bowers, went to the Tree of Life Synagogue to carry out this heinous attack, murdering 11 members of the congregation. The defense, for their part, trying to raise some questions about his intent and motivation, saying things that while he may have had a nonsensical and irrational belief that he had to attack Jews because of their support to help immigrants and refugees, people that he viewed as invaders, that he never wanted to stop people from worshiping. In their rebuttal, the prosecution saying you have to consider what Robert Bowers did. He did not go to an immigration camp. He did not go to the border. He went to the Tree of Life Synagogue and opened fire on people who were worshiping at the synagogue. He also opened fire on police officers, injuring one of them who testified during this 11-day trial. So now the question becomes whether or not the accused shooter, Robert Bowers, will be sentenced to life. And court will reconvene a week from Monday. The same jury will be listening to those arguments. The defense now has to present their case, which we expect will take into consideration Robert Bowers' mental state. But again, that trial expected to take place about a week from Monday. The duration of that expected to take about 6 weeks or so. That is the latest. Back to you.